Okay, good morning. And I hope everyone stay healthy and also stay at home and then practicing Buddhism diligently. Okay, today I would like to share with you some history, and also I would like to thank Sister Yan for helping me to do the translation because there's a lot of translation to be done, and I really thanks her to do all these things for me. And also in the picture there, I believe all of you can see the the slide, right? So in the picture there is the two objects. Okay, both of them, maybe the name can call basket, right? Basket. So the left one is the green basket, and the right one is another of trolley as well. But both of them have the same purpose, that can carry something into it and put something into it, like vegetable and all these things. But due to a generation different, maybe 40 to 50 years ago, people may using the green one, to go to the market, and then at this moment we will get the trolley because it's much more easier to move. All right. So okay, let me Okay, there's one question has been asked before. Master asked our Shangren before she renounced as a nun. She asking, who is the most blessed woman? And the answer was, the woman who carrying the basket is the most blessed. And that moment, she thought that why is it? Because every day she went to the market and then to buy some vegetable and then preparing the food for people, but she won't feel any fortunate or happy about that. So, but after a few days, she suddenly noticed that the notes and coins fell down on the ground. And then at that moment, she found that yes, she got it. She got it. What does mean? The woman carrying the basket is the most blessed. So as what we say, that search for the current moment and last forever. There is 把握当下，恒持刹那. So our master was thinking of, is it the woman who carrying the basket was the one who possesses the management power of the family, was the most blessed. And then this Master Siu Tao telling her, yes, this is the answer. But in her opinion, this type of life was pitiful, because she don't wish to. In the contrast, why can't she choose to be a person who can be relied on? So, and she thought that women can be independent and contribute more, just like Guan Yin Bodhisattva, transform in woman to save people's lives. Of course, Master Siu Tao also agree with that, but she said that she have to be more perseverance on that. So as you know that at that moment, Sang Yun ran from her home, and then she shaved her head and become a Buddhist nun. In February 1963, Sang Yun at that moment traveled to a temple in Taipei to attend an initiation ceremony for those entering Buddhist monastic life. But at that moment, he was told that she could not be ordained as she did not have a refuge master. So then by chance she met this Venerable Master Yi Sun. Okay, and then at that moment, she took refuge under him. Master Yi Sun told her, karmic and affinities have brought us together. Now you have become a monastic. You must always remember to work for Buddhism and for all living beings. And Master Yi Sun gave Sang Yun the double name called Cheng. She was thus able to undergo ordination in the temple. And this is precisely what she has been doing ever since, with self-discipline, diligence, frugality, perseverance, and love for all. So as you know, in 1966, Tzu Chi Foundation was established. And at that moment, Shangren brought along 30 housewives, saved 50 cents from their grocery expenditure every day. In addition, master and the disciple made baby suits to make income. Therefore, the charity mission of helping the poor was started under the condition of scarce resources. And then the housewife put 50 cents into the bamboo coin bank every day and spread this idea of saving little money to help the needy families. And one of the followers thought that it will be more easier to just donate $15 every month. I believe a lot of people having these thoughts before as well. But Sangren was telling that the amount was the same, but the meaning behind it was very different. She hoped that everyone could give rise to applied thoughts to helping others every day and not just one day a month. If everyone could do this, it would benefit many people in the world. Words of campaign soon spread from the market and the other parts of Hualien, and more people participate. So as you know that now the bamboo coin bank has been spread over the world, and a lot of countries has practicing it. No matter in Malaysia, in Thailand, in Indonesia, Philippines, US, or Canada, or Australia, every place was practicing this as well, because more money can help people. Okay, over here you can see a lot of story here, but only few one I will share. One of them is a story about the grandma from US Silicon Valley. This grandma was an experienced Tzu Chi volunteer, and who asked the poor foreign student in US to donate some of their pocket money into the coin bank. Okay, the coin bank was made of nut can. The accumulated money was used to buy 10 beds of patients donate to Hualien Tzu Chi General Hospital. And one bed cost 15,000 and this Taiwan dollar. So how much for 10 beds? I believe all you have a good mathematics, you can calculate it out, okay? Another one is the role model of Jing. Another one is the rice bank over here. In 2008, the cyclone Nargis devasted Myanmar badly. Tzu Chi has distributed the rice seeds few times. A farmer called U Ting Tun, the picture on your right hand side, the above one, save a handful of rice every day to help others. He shared Jing's aphorism to the paddy fields without using pesticide. He had good harvest every year. And he has inspired many people to donate the rice as well to help others. So the picture over at the above is the another one called Wu something. So both of them have been commissioned. In year 2013, volunteers from Mozambique collected 1,000 coins of 5 meticals, the currency of Mozambique, from the poor in their country. The monies were put into the bag, which made out of rice sacks. They presented the money to Master Cheng. It symbolized the idea of the bamboo bank. So Master was very touched and used the Taiwan dollar to buy the coins to help the disaster of Typhoon Hualien in Philippines. Then the coins was especially used to make the red packet of blessing on wisdom for the Mozambique. So in 2014, their red packets are very special. Okay, as you can see, helping the poor, inspiring the rich. In fact, helping the poor is an act of compassion and kindness. It inspires the rich to purify the hearts from desires. Likewise, the poor are motivated to help out the less fortunate. It leads to the nature of Buddha beyond the material offering. Over here, I would like to share with you one of the happened in this Rumah Penyayan Tzu Chi Pintas at Sabah. In May 2003, Tzu Chi established this Rumah Penyayan. Okay, am I correct? Okay, and the objective of establishment is allow the pregnant mothers in the rural area to have proper medical checkup before the child delivery. There were many cases of miscarriage due to the lack of medical facility and because of the long distance of traveling to the hospital. Over here, there is one video shot that I would like to share. Okay.
医病救人也迎接新生命，必打市公立医院也是慈济生命关怀之家迎来第1000位宝宝的出生地。慈济志工携带婴儿用品前往医院道贺米尔维也纳母女。
Saya sangat gembira anak saya mendapat anugerah baby
守护生命，意义非常的重大。
生命关怀之家靠近必打市公立医院，偏乡产妇在这里除了安身也安心，有专人负责照料起居饮食。慈济生命关怀之家从当初建筑结构简陋的高脚屋，到稳固水泥平房屋，12年见证1000位宝宝出生，守护新生命也散布爱心。真善美志工吕文兰、刘敬义，马来西亚必打市报道。
Okay, just now as you can see that in year 2015, the baby, 1,000 baby has been born, right? But until 2019, December 2019, 1,467 babies were born and had proper medical checkup before the child delivery. What does it mean? For the charity mission, as you can see, it doesn't have shown the result very quickly, but you can see this has been done for 17 years, and then we have helped a lot of people as well. Okay, and then I hope that this mission can be continued so that more people can be saved as well. So over here you can see we have 4 missions of Tzu Chi. In the mission of charity, the living Bodhisattva eliminate the suffering of people during disaster, even though in rich countries. So over here now you can see that disaster happen in everywhere. Of course, as you can see last year, years before, there is the American, the Canada, and also the Australia. These are the countries which we will always say is a rich country, but also there is a disaster happen. For the sickness is no doubt the biggest suffering of people. But medical mission is to ensure proper care of life and health of people. The world is full of stability due to the moral decay. Therefore, the mission of education can purify our hearts, bring peace and harmony to the community. To widespread the Buddha teaching over the world, we have to rely on the mass media. This is the role of mission of humanity and culture. So another inspiring thought. Master couldn't bear to see the suffering of people in 50 years ago. She believed that everyone had the Buddha nature. Hence, she integrated the Buddha teaching in the mission to enable the volunteers to put Buddha teaching into practice. So, if anyone asks you, are Tzu Chi volunteers Buddhists? Do they practice chanting? So you may reply, yes. We emulate the heart of Buddha to walk on the path of Bodhisattva. Subsequently, if you are being asked about do Tzu Chi volunteers meditate, you may answer, we uphold the aspiration of master life after life. Walk on the path of Bodhisattva with meditate mind. So over here, I have one thought of previously I've gone through this one word in Mandarin. 心中有佛，行中有法。法中有禅. The infinity arises from one establishment of Tzu Chi arises from a single thought. So last year, Master gave us sincerity, upgradedness, faith, and steadfastness are our nourishing ground. Loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity are our soothing bliss. Wondrous Dharma with wisdom are the water. Hard work and diligence are the sunlight. So the world is full of stability due to the moral decay. So therefore, the mission of education can purify our hearts, bring peace to harmony to the community. Over here, I would like to share something on the KL International School. As you can see that this student, after receiving the education from us, then what they have done over there. So as you can see, this so they wipe the table before putting the meal box on the table, and then they line out for the lunch, and then the server never hold their friend's bowl while serving. And as you can see, the year 1 student start to serve lunch under guidance of teacher and volunteers. And this student, after finish the meal, he will ask the permission from the teacher before adding food. And after meal, students take turn to handle food waste. Over here, students wipe their utensil and keep the utensil back clean, and then the utensil set at home. And students start to push food trolley back to the cafeteria. And these all are the primary school. Let us see the secondary school student. Eat the papa mama. They take turn to guide students to take their meal and clean up after meal. They hope the student would practice the dining ethics soon. So as you can see, the progress, they are making progress. And then over here, you can see they line up properly. Before that, they will put their utensils just somewhere everywhere. Then now they have keep tidy everything. And over here, they eat the papa mama and the teacher are working towards to nurture the student with proper table manner. There's some feedback of the student. But of course, all this which I chose was in English, in Mandarin, so I can't try to translate it. So this secondary school student called Cheng Yijie, he feel very great because he learned the active, and then she said that she never cared before. So, but after that, he was saying that because, okay. She feels lucky that she has 3 meals a day. And though she has 3 meals, she never helped people or never helped others. So now she plans to save a little money every day to help others. Another thing is, so she knows how to organize the living space in an organized way. And she learned how to organize the book. How should I say, the school bags, and also she learn the right method to fold the clothes, the pants, and also arrange the bed. So these are something that they have learned, and these are the good fun in their mind as well. So over here, they draw out their expectation of the dressing ethic. So in episode 497, this week, we come across these words from Master. All karma we create becomes causes and seeds. Good or bad, they are planted in our consciousness. Through our karmas, these seeds never decay. So we will follow our karma. The karmic law of cause and effect is true and not false. So over here, I would like to share with you another video clip.
Years old. Today is a historic moment that marks the 20 years anniversary.
科技公司走过20年庆祝晚宴，以全素食招待来宾。
从2013年开始，我们就开始推素食吧。当时的时候只有30% 的素食，70% 是荤的。那再多1年的时候，我们再推50% 的荤的，然后再50% 素食。在第3年的时候，我们才来又在70% 的素，30% 的荤，然后接下来是每1年100% 的素食了。
循序渐进，将绿色生活概念融入企业文化里。从2010年开始，更是长期提供员工免费素食，员工们也都很认同，生活和身体也都更加健康。
The fact that I'm not actually vegetarian, but after I joined WeTrucks, I become vegetarian, and you can see my health is much better.
要去多一些发现这一些吃素的选择，那么其实对于整个社会、整个地球都其实是感恩和报恩。
活动中也不忘捐款做公益，并且共同祈祷疫情早日平息。在温馨的气氛中，不忘彼此感恩，更有信心一同向前。 大爱新闻翁诗莹、彭敬贤，马来西亚报道。
So just now, as you can see that the CEO of this restaurant, he has managed to bring vegetarian to all his staff. So this is his plant a very good seed in his life. So over here you can see that no matter good deeds or evil deeds, when you do the good deeds, you will have a good causes, and then when you ever do the evil deeds, you will get the bad or negative causes as well. All these become the seeds and will go store in the eight conscious, so half of eight consciousness. So when seeing some of them people that when seeing the people doing good things, she will be very joyful and praise them. And the opposite, when she sees some people doing the good deeds, maybe some of them will unhappy, slander them, and spread murderous rumors to this, and then create a bad karma. Each evil deed will produce a negative cause, which also becomes a seed. So over here, we are knowing that making changes is very hard. We must be determined. If we want to change, we must do it now. Not say, let me take my time. If we take our time, we continue to act out of our habitual tendencies, and will quickly forget the wholesome teachings. We will still be dragged by our karmic condition and be drawn deeper into this trap step by step. So that's why if you want to change, make it change, do it now. Just like going for vegetarian. Kindly help to spread this to everyone, your beloved family members, and also your neighborhood and everyone to go for vegetarian. We urge everyone to do that. And then just now we were saying that throughout kalpas, these seeds never decay. We will follow our karma. As you can see that this during this field, we are telling that Sariputra, through he engaged in spiritual practice, when faced with one instant of adversity, his great aspiration and vows immediately vanished. Nonetheless, he had one advantage, which was that in lifetime after lifetime, he continually sought to awaken himself. So he kept his mind pure and undefined, without any negative affinities that could pull him away from his spiritual cultivation. So another thing that I would like to share is this. In year 2010, in July 19, the UN Economic and Social Council granted Buddhist Compassion Relief Tzu Chi Foundation special consultative status. In the morning assembly on July 20, Master telling us that she hoped to see Buddhism was being put into action at every corner of the world. Buddhism work was to relieve the suffering and care for sentient beings. It also could purify the people's heart by eliminating the ignorance, elevate the spirit of great love. Consequently, more people are willing to help while enriching themselves with contribution. Our Sangren expect us to bear more responsibility to spread the great love. Hope we can create the reverence legacy in the history. Master is grateful to everyone for their selfless giving and contribution. So as the woman who carrying the basket, Amu's breast, and then we are talking about carrying a vegetable basket for the world, and also bearing the rice basket as well. So in Chinese, you call 提天下菜篮，挑天下的米箩. And also last year, Master was giving us that nurture a heart of gratitude, respect for one another, and love for life. Foster the spirit of harmony, avoid conflict, and cultivate blessing hand in hand. So everyone, just go for it, and we should have faith, vow, and action. There's Xing, Yuan, Xing. So we should act now to go for vegetarian, to help the world, to also to practice to go for the action. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and hope that everyone will be healthy and also diligently practicing the Buddhism. Thank you.
感恩袁师傅 for such wonderful insights. Okay, today, this morning we have with us Sister Yoke. Sister Yoke, over to you. 感恩。
Good morning, Sifu and brothers and sisters. It's a very touched sharing by the Sifu just now, and it's whatever Sifu share is she talked about the international school, which is actually already nearby my house, and also my kids is studying there. So I'm very, very blessed that we actually have a chance to send our kids to the school. I would like to share for today. Before my sharing, I would like to play a video for everybody.
2 degrees is the target for limiting the global temperature increase, but if greenhouse gas emissions were now, temperatures would still rise by up to 1 degree Celsius. 6,000 years ago, temperatures were at this level, and America's Midwest was a desert. Production centers. In this future, mountains lose their glaciers and rivers vanish. Indian subcontinent fighting for survival. A single degree temperature increase could eliminate fresh water for a third of the planet in 85 years. Warming at the poles happens faster than the global average. 40% of Arctic sea ice has disappeared in the last 30 years. Ice reflects heat, oceans absorb it, so as ice melts, the process becomes self-reinforcing. More ocean surface means more heat absorbed, which raises temperatures, making ice less likely to reform. Mountainous regions are at greater risk of landslides as the permafrost together for thousands of years melts away. Countries like the Maldives are submerged as sea levels rise. Countries already hit by hurricanes face ever greater storms. At a 2-degree rise, people begin to die in what are now considered normal summers. 2003, with temperatures 2.3 degrees above average, 52,000 people died across Europe. Plant growth slows down, then
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I would like just now, actually everyone can go to the Google search and see what happened to our world if actually we are reaching the 2 Celsius average. So basically is we really need to be aware that currently we are actually 1 Celsius above the norm. So therefore, it's a very urgent that we need to take action now and ask everybody to take actions. Before I share my sharing, right, I'd like to check whether everyone can see my PowerPoint slide.
Can?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So my name is Yoke. I'm from Malaysia. So I'm actually given opportunity to join the COP25 in Madrid from 2nd December to 13th December in Spain. So just now what I play to everybody is like what's happening to our planet. I actually urge brother and sister can actually go to the Google search to see that you just click the keywords of global warming. There's plenty of the video that you can actually see what's happening right now. So what I actually would like to say is like in conclusion is in 2019 December, our global average temperature is 1.1 Celsius above estimation pre-industrial level. So currently we are 1.1. So based on the consumption right now, in between 2030 to 2052, we reach to 1.5. And if within these few years that we do not take any actions, right, we do not have any place to live in this world. Actually, we do not. So. Good morning, everybody. So basically, just now I played a video. Everybody can go to Google search to just click global warming, right? Everybody can see all the information actually in the YouTube right now. But I just be of summary right now is like at December 2019, our global average temperature is already 1.1 Celsius above estimated pre-industrial level. So if based on the estimation of current consumption between 2030 to 2052, we reach 1.5 Celsius, and beyond that, we will have, that means that we have another 10 to 32 years to change the habit of everybody in terms of the CO2 emissions. But I think for the country like us in Malaysia, because we are fortunate in the past, we are not sure about in the future, that we actually do not have the natural disaster or very minimum. But if we reach 1.5 Celsius, that you can see more disaster all over the globe. So currently you can see the Arctic and Antarctic, the melt of the oceans, right? The ocean level will actually, the sea will rise, and also the global warming of 1.5 Celsius means our hot day will warm by 3 Celsius. So if let's say in Malaysia right now we are live like 30 Celsius, we will go to 33. If another 10 years we do not change, right, it rises to 2 Celsius above the pre-industrial level, we are 4 Celsius hotter, which is very, very extremely hot. Because we can see the more and more disaster all over the world, and also the virus spread, right? When the ice is melting, there are more toxic, and also actually will actually flow to our daily life. So especially how about the small islands? So it's actually what will happen to our health, livelihood, food security, water supply, and risk to our disease and also the livestock, especially, and end up to our economy. So I really deep understand why when I joined Tzu Chi 6 years ago, Master actually talked about 来不及, and we really do not have enough time. I feel the tense when actually I joined the COP25 in last December. And I would like to share with everybody like what is COP25, what is the main objective for the meetings, and what is IPCC reports, and what Tzu Chi is doing there, and what is my take back. Actually, COP25 is just it's a conference, like all the leaders all over the world will join the conference, and basically they want to continue the alignment for COP24. 3 areas that is for that 2 weeks. One is like we have the key meetings on Paris agreements by the country's leader. We have side events, and we have also exhibition hall to have all the technology about to reduce the CO2 emission to the world, or the green technology. Side event will be some other events that all the United Nations committees can join and also can host. So this is my feeling of the closing of the meeting. I'm talking about the key meeting, not saying we are fighting, because the conclusion of the 2 weeks of the talks, right? Those leaders and the representatives from all the countries, the many issues actually remain unresolved, and also the annual United Nations climate talk closed disappointment in Madrid. Why? Because of they actually, each countries have to actually committed to more aggressive plan about what they do on the CO2 emissions. But again, they cannot conclude. You can see in this world map, right? This is the CO2 emission per capita per countries. You can see Malaysia, we are really based on our each people consumption, we really have a lot of like CO2 emission to the world. China, US. So if let's say we talk about CO2 emission per country, US and China, they actually contributed 40%. But when you look at who is suffering right now, is actually Africa, and also all the poor countries who are suffering from this global climate change. And therefore, Peng Bosi actually also in the meetings, and therefore he when he go back to Taiwan, he said that the conclusion is like 有共知没共识没共行. So for me, it's like I'm more positive, so I put it like 有共知还没共识还没共行, because I feel like why is actually this cannot the leaders cannot come to conclusion is just in Dharma we talk about me as 我执, so the egocentrism. So and everybody saying that you are the culprit, you should change, you are the one that who caused the CO2 emissions above the industrial level, you should change. But in fact that all this is in Dharma, we say ego, and we do not want to say that this is our planet, but we will say that this is my country. So I would say that if, let's say, the mindset of all the leaders carry on like this, right, we cannot rely on them to make the big change. So what can we do at Tzu Chi volunteers when we know this from our Dharma master? So, and we listen, we understand the global climate change, we understand the impact to everybody. So this is the question I keep on asking myself after the 2 weeks. And I would like to give us a share, right? What are we doing, Tzu Chi? We are doing for the 2 weeks there. So basically, this is the meetings that we join in when they discuss about the Paris Agreement. So we have Brother Jimmy, Dr. Lim from Taiwan, and also Sister Brenda, Sister Mei Feng, and Ying Yi, and myself is 3 in 1 there. So we have Brother Sen Lun, and also Brenda, Mei Feng, this Qiming Bosi, Sister Hui Gyok, and Ying Yi, and Brother Jimmy. We all gather there, 10 of us actually for 2 weeks time. And Brother Sen Lun actually, or called Si right now, he's sharing his invention on stage using the non-recyclable plastic to make the bricks and building material. This actually impressed a lot of people about, and we use some things like the plastic that cannot be degradable to turn to something useful. So this is really amazing. And for our Daling Ziyan Lin Fuzhong, actually he's sharing about the transformative pathway for sustainable and healthy food system and diet. You can see this group is actually all the medical professionals from all over the world. They actually keen to learn from our doctors about what is called healthy food systems. And doctor also sharing on the stage on what is called healthy diet. And also he actually used a very human way of sharing about what are we doing in how Tzu Chi Hospital is different from the normal hospitals. And we are not only curing people the sickness, we also curing people's heart. So this is really amazing. When I'm actually interview a few of like medical professionals and also from the Israel, they are so impressed with what we are doing in Tzu Chi hospitals. And this is Sister Brenda. She's the also our Tzu Chi. She's in charge of. She's actually United Nations matters in Taiwan. She's in charge of United Nations in Taiwan. So she actually together with different religions, the pastors and the Muslim, actually sharing about how the religions, different religions can work together on the global climate change. What kind of message that we need to give to tell all the disciples and the members of all over the world. So this is really amazing because we have Buddhism, we have Christian and also Islam, like sharing together at the world to the world and telling everybody what we are doing. And this is Brother Yan and also Professor Pang. They also sharing about what is Tzu Chi role on the environment protections. And you can see Brother Yan, he's really amazing. He's using his mother-in-law like old Motorola handphone. So we also very actively asking questions when we also attend other side events. And we, like what Sifu said just now, we need to carry the Dharma with us anytime, everywhere, and we seize all the opportunity to share the Dharma. This is what we do here. In fact, that Brother Si, for us 3-in-1, we said that Brother Si, we want to record a video, and you need to help us to introduce each of your invention and product, right? So what we do is like we actually put a table on very centralized places that we do not. It's like everybody passing by, and we want to start the recording. But when we start the recording, there's so many people, they're so impressed with our invention, because like he using the unrecyclable plastic to turn to the bricks and the wall, and the paper side he used to make a tissue paper, and also the bowl that we can fold that we haven't launched in Malaysia yet. So then and also finally the last 2 days we have a small counters, and we play the Tzu Chi videos, and people actually not only from the video and also with the items that we display on the table. So and Sister Brenda, she's actually used this. This is using the potter. It is a big pan, because like one pan actually like we using the one potter to make. And this is actually made by the Lao Pusa in Taiwan. She carry this every day, go to the subway and everywhere we go, we carry this, and we actually are telling people about why it's so important to do recycling, why it's so important to do not throw the plastic to the ocean. So she's carrying the Dharma everywhere she goes, and she actually bring what actually done by all the Huanbao Pusa, the Lao Pusa, to the world. And also other media is also very impressive with what we are doing here, and they also started to interview. And for me, it's like basically I'm the 3-in-1 at that time, together with Brother Yin Yi from Xuelong, and he's really professional. I do nothing. I'm just like carrying the mic and the luggage. I just do the small little interview. What I like to share is like this is the there's so many amazing people that I interviewed in the COP25. And this is the ex-NASA astronaut. His name is James Hansen. He's the one actually telling the world and alert the world and saying that what is happening when he is still an astronaut in the NASA. And I'm so glad that I met him there, and he actually telling me a lot of heart feeling sharing. And during the small time, right, I'm actually not going out to meet all the handsome guy. Actually, it's myself and Yingyi. We want to see how easier to find the vegetarian food at Madrid. And unfortunately, it's so difficult. We walk about 1.5 kilometers to reach this restaurant. And this gentleman is so amazing. He's just a staff there, but he actually influenced the owner to slowly change the restaurant to vegetarian restaurant. Right now, the restaurant is like 90% is vegetarian, only 10% is non-vegetarian from full non-vegetarian restaurant. So, and also we attend the youth talk, and you can see all this is a youth, young people, young leader, they are actually on the stage. We keen to learn from them about what are they trying to do on the climate change. But very disappointed, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the conclusion is like what they will do is go to the street and say that, to do the demonstration and tell the world the climate change, and do the protest and don't go to the school. So we have Sister Brenda actually asking them, but they say that go to the street is still the most effective way of telling the people about global climate change. So when I come, and ask Sister Brother Yingyi, what can I do the news on this? What can we use a role as 3-in-1, right? To tell these people, to direct these people to their Buddha heart, like what Sifu is saying, is sharing right now, just now, is like we all have the good deeds and the bad deeds. So maybe on the stage, right, this leader, they are actually sharing with us about this is the only way, but what can we actually do to direct them to what's supposed to do? So when she came down, I saw this is the leader. She's original from China, and now she's based in France. She's a very professional and also have a very luxury life. So I like myself before, like eating the big lobsters or whatever. So I couldn't care less. So, but how can I interview this person to their Buddhist heart? So I asked her, so I'm so impressed about you actually leading the world about the global climate. This is very good, but you give awareness to the people same age with you. But I believe more than going to the street, you are actually doing something. Can you share about what are the things that you do? So she said that, oh, I'm actually also encourage people to reduce the CO2 emission by taking the train and walking more. This is what I'm doing in the daily life. I said, this is very good. How about, are you a vegetarian? She said that, no, I'm not. I enjoy eating. So why I want to sacrifice for the world? Why I want to sacrifice myself for what a dog is doing and not eating the cuisine, the beef and whatever. I want to enjoy my food. I say that, do you know that but being vegetarian is the most effective way in terms of tackling this issue? So I end up with this question and end up with say that I believe you can do it. And very impressed, like the next morning, we go to the vegetarian counter. I met her and some of her buddy. So I think this is really, very amazing. Like what we learn in the Dharma about, we look at people with their Buddha heart rather than the evil side. And also during the free time, we also go to the counter, learning from others' inventions. This is the bricks that can absorb the CO2 emission, and this is something that can light up fire. So, okay. And also, myself, Brenda, and brother Ingi, right, at night, we know there's a demonstration on the street by the young people about the global climate and change, and also awareness of everybody go vegan. And this is the one whole street about 4 kilometers, the demonstration talk about the climate change. And the other side, this is the shop that I can see, and they are selling all this meat, food, crowded with people. So again, it's like the global climate change. Are we stop at just talking, or are we stop at this is the responsibility of the government and the world leader, or shall we start with ourselves? This is another question that raised to me. So I'm really glad that I saw this word here. This is the panel that I took in the COP25. The world is enough for everyone's needs, but not enough for everyone's greed. This is actually written by Kandi. So to actually go down to tolerable of CO2 emission, unless we reduce to zero emission from now. If, let's say, we want this group as a sustainable one, and we need to decline the non-radiative CO2 emissions, and we need to prevent further warming to the world. This is something like, if we want a planet for our children, this is something we need to do, and we need to act urgently. But how much that we want to do, what do we need to change? So after I come back for COP25, I actually, these few questions I'm asking myself. who am I? What am I doing? And I love my children. What should I do now? And I ask myself, I need my children to stay in this, the world like this. They still, what do I? So, and would like to share with a very touching story is like this gentleman I met in the train when I'm in Hualien in September when I attended the Ida Mama training in Hualien. So on the way back, I met this gentleman. I wearing my blue uniform, and we start talking for half an hour. I shared with him what Tzu Chi is doing, and he's so amazing. When he went back to Korea, he actually contacted Tzu Chi Korea, and the brother and sister actually met him after a few hours drive, and he asked, and I'm sharing with him at the time is like I'm going to Madrid, and also my son is attending the Tzu Sao Yingdui. So he told me that he wanted to go to Hualien to know more about Tzu Chi. So with all Yingyuan, right? When I'm in Madrid, like he actually sharing with me that he actually in Taiwan at that time, and he met the African Pusa, and he written in his Facebook is that when South Africa meets South Korea. So, and he is actually on the stage. I asked him, hey brother, what are you sharing there on the stage? He said that I'm sharing about you. You are sharing about how I met Tzu Chi, how I know Tzu Chi. So it's actually very amazing because of like, when we know more about Tzu Chi, when we do more and we listen more to Dharma, we actually very easily to share with anybody we met on the street and this is the changes to this gentleman. And also during that time when 2 weeks in Madrid, my son and his friends actually also went back to Taiwan, and my sons and my daughters. And he's all the bodies here. And when he come back, I actually share with him what and also my kids about what I'm doing in Taiwan, in Madrid for 2 weeks. And every time I actually go abroad, I will tell them what I'm doing and what I learned. So, and my son said that he understands what I'm doing, and he actually learned the same thing in Taiwan. And my son and my daughter and the younger one, 7 years old, they actually started to be vegetarian. Actually, they are 90% vegetarian when I joined Tzu Chi. Now they are 100% vegetarian. And I learned from Changpu Qing Pusa, the story Changpu Qing Pusa. I met this Tzu Sao. When Tzu Sao come back, they actually sharing on the stage, right? And she talking about the global climate. When she came down, everybody talk about other topic, and seems to be no one really touched about what her sharing. So I go back to the stage and tell everybody Tzu Sao Baba Mama and all the Tzu Sao about what is so important of the message that she sent to everyone. She's very touched, and she said that she really need to change. She really need to be the role model starting from now on the global climate. She want to tell all the people and ask more people to go for vegetarian. And when I come back, so I also talk about it to the corporate people on my work. And this is Mr. Pratik V. He actually is the CEO for the Hualien in Malaysia. It's a group of healthcare products and also services. And I use the Yingyuan to bring his son, take care of his son, and do volunteer work at Jing Tang, that he can attend the class. And I'm also sharing with him what I learned in Madrid and COP25. He actually sending me the message about, I would like to introduce corporate performance training, vegetarian restaurant, and super moms. So he actually intend to convert all his centers, and there's a vegetarian restaurant there, about 40 over restaurant. He want to turn to vegetarian restaurant, and he want to actually launch the super mom project to help the single mom. And also he would like to actually use the place to do performance training to tell the corporate what should be the way on doing the business. And this is master telling us is like, with the COVID-19 is spread over the Malaysia, especially right now we are all quarantined at home. The most important is like we really need to tell people to go vegan, and tell people that we protect all the animals, and just most effectively just go for the plant-based diet. And this is the food, you know, this is all like hotel food. This is what I have in Madrid. One of the conference is all vegetarian. 来不及, we don't have enough time. So thank you everyone. Listen to my very humble sharing. I thank you. I believe all who are listening here is more Jing than me, because like I just do very little, and thank you for giving me a chance. And I will like to urge everybody, seize every moment to listen to Dharma, and most importantly to use it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Another wonderful Saturday, and thank you for Sister Yumei sharing and telling us. Since last year, she went to Madrid to attend the conference regarding the global warming and regarding the Earth that we are living now is having a very serious problem. And as I saw the photos behind for the background that the conference table, there's the word say time for action. And yet, Sister Yumei say, the lady who says she keep practicing her daily life, and through more walking rather than take drive to go the transportation. But yes, she can't to give up not to take meat, because she said this is she can't sacrifice to enjoy meal. This is what the people, most of them cannot do that, even though they are having the same knowledgeable to know the global warming is getting rapidly getting higher, rising the temperature, but yet still we do not get the same consensus, and not to say we are having the same action. So even though there is time for action, but I think as your photo is showing that the conclusion for the meeting is like everyone has their own personal opinions. So of course, I think maybe people will say, is the sun causing the global warming? Is it we blame for the sun who keep rising the high temperature and cause a lot of plantation? It's not the truth. As we know that actually the sun can influence the earth climates, but it isn't responsible for the warming trend. We see over the past few decades, the sun is the giver of life, and it helps keep the planet warm enough for us to survive. So it is in an average level. When it's time for winter, it's supposed to be cold, or when it's summertime, it's supposed to be hot. And so that we are in the 4 seasons, we have different kind of fruits and the vegetables that can plant and can take for our to sustain our life. And another is like we actually if we back to the Dharma, and also will be related to what Master DeYuan she gave us the presentation just now, and I heard some of the main point which is quite regarding to what Sister May mentioned regarding the global warming, which is all the things that we are accept and we are receiving now, the consequences that we are having, the result we are facing now, they are related to causes and conditions. They must be equal. And now we are having the bao, and it's just whether we receive good or bad. So like Master DeYuan, she just now also did mention, like all the good and bad karma we create, actually is stored in our storehouse, the consciousness, which is we always say the 8 consciousness 八识. It's this kind of like the message. So if we in the past, if we are conserve our earth and to cherish the resources that we have, like water or whatever, we start to take vegan. So if you already plant the good seed right now, and maybe in the future, we will, we don't need to wait until 20, 50 years, and we can, each day, each month, every, we will see the result. So, and no matter how many lifetimes we go through, so we already do the result now we are facing now in the past, but yet, luckily we all are, have a good affinity. So since we are having a minor group people who are listening to the right Dharma and listen to Master's teaching, so don't give up. And as well as we have a small group who influence a big people. Since the COVID-19 now is the outbreak, is getting seriously to spread all over the world, and getting increasing for the fatality rate, and people die is on the more than 10,000 passes for the people. But yet, I think if we keep to encourage people to take vegan, and we start to plant a good seed in people's heart, so there's not yet to be late to say we have no time. So we must have some positive thinking and keep going. Although we know that we want to change, it's not easy. Like there's making a change, especially for the habit that we already formed for past decades. But yet it's not too hard. We still can have time to do it, as we are determined to do. So since right thing, so we must do it now. Okay, I will end my feedback, and thank you. I think it's time is past 6 minutes ago. Yeah, okay, thank you, guys. See you.
Almost super just nice, because all of us are, I mean, especially Malaysians, we are all locked down. We are very grateful for the time. This is my mother-in-law. She's joining us today. Very grateful she can come to my place. 还是很开心看到很多 Malaysians support online. Okay, sorry, before that, I have one request. Everyone, brothers and sisters, can you open up the audio? We hope to take one happy family photo, because today already reached 100 participants. So there are a lot of people texting me saying that they cannot join because we already max 100 people, not because of the password. So next round we will be mindful. We will do something which can have more than 100. Everyone come in your house. If you have your in-laws, your parents, or whoever, come together. We take one group photo. Sister Lily, give us a cue when our sister is ready. We will take the photo. I think you run into likely 8 or 10 pages. Sister Lily, 可以吗? Stay tuned. It's okay if you are in your home where we just hope to take all the Dharma family pictures. 要啦。Oh, sorry, 刚才我看不清楚。
Okay, you can turn on your video so that we can see.
Please turn on.
First page. Okay. 1, 2.
Okay, everyone,
okay. Second page.
Oh, yeah, I see a lot of them.
Yeah.
Hi, Sister FB.
Okay, going to the third page. Third page, nobody turn on the video.
Oh.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, sorry, I stay put everyone because we are not sure on the which page. There are so many. Sister FB.
Okay, all taken already.
Okay, 好，
taken already.
我 taken 了，很好，很好。Sorry, next Saturday we sure that we will open up to more than 100 people. This round not so mindful, 不好意思啊。I'm so sorry for this mindfulness. We are very grateful. We heard so much great insights today. Yes, we don't give up. The conditions have ripened. It's time to keep planting good seeds. Even though we are like small little droplets of water, but each of us, even though it drops on the hot surface, like what Brother Joe mentioned earlier, we can still reduce the temperature bit by bit. 黄师傅、袁师傅 all give us very good insights today. We all keep it in our heart. SisYoke, 感恩你真的很棒 We are very touched. Very touched. Okay, 感恩 for lots of heartfelt and wisdom sharing. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for your presence. Hope that each of us will sustain the Dharma joy and take in another piece of Dharma masters and Hualien love to our life. Let us make 3 vows to the Buddha and Dharma Master as we apply this teaching to our daily life. Come together. First vow. Second vow. Third vow. The vow for beloved Sifu. 感恩师父，感恩 everyone, brothers and sisters, so glad to see everyone.